Welcome to another week of Simply Bitcoin, the channel that breaks down all the daily Bitcoin news from Twitter, the daily fail, the daily meme review, software releases, and sometimes we've got the websites by plebes. Drop us a like and subscribe. All right, let's kick it off with the numbers. Here we go.
Clockboarded dashboard.
We are currently at a block height of 663,420, like that number. Current Bitcoin price, 26,890. Chain rewrite days, 623. And the total lightning capacity, 1,051.40 BTC.
Man, what can I say other than the numbers are looking great? And 420, that's such a strange number. Why was that funny, Phil? No, I'm just kidding. It's time for it.
The daily fail. Okay, so the daily fail today is brought to us by, this one we found actually over the weekend. So Bitstein found us, you put this little number together. Hodling is for chumps. Sell your coins for 2014 instead. Now, obviously, Bitstein is not our daily fail, but the wonderful gentleman featured in his tweet is, and this is Eamon Gun Searer, or Gun Searer, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but so this is like a really smart guy that's like just a terrible shitcoiner. Anyways, so yeah, so here's some tweets of his. Hodling is for chumps. And he's got a much older tweet, right? Now is a good time to sell your Bitcoins. And these are, look, you can see here, 2013. Eesh, some bad advice. So anyways, yeah, he's our daily fail. So you know what? A lot of these guys, the point is, it's not really about him. It's about the messaging. A lot of these people, they're not looking out for your best interests. They're looking out for their own, right? And, his best interest is to sit there and give you terrible advice for some odd reason. So you got to do what's right for you, right? This is like one of those lessons in do your own research kind of thing.
Absolutely. And
you got to have conviction in your moves, and you got to have, conviction in what it is that you're holding and what it is that you're doing.
Absolutely, man. And he's just another cog in the wheel of the old system. And these people have a lot to lose if Bitcoin succeeds. And I know I say that every time, but I found a very interesting quote by Upton Sinclair that I want to read that just kind of summarizes exactly what these people, the mentality these people have. And the quote says, quote, "It is difficult to get a man to understand something when his job depends on not understanding it." Yeah. Right. And that quote just perfectly summarizes Nuriel, this guy, and just so many people that lady that wrote the book, that's basically saying, oh, the money printing is totally okay, right?
Stephanie Kelton.
Stephanie Kelton.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. The myth.
Exactly. The myth of, so it's like
myth.
Exactly. So these people's jobs depend on not understanding Bitcoin. They're incentivized, right, not to understand it. If they understand it, they lose. So
how do they reconcile anybody paying taxes, though? Like, people like Stephanie Kelton, like, that frustrates me so much. Like, how do you sit there and pretend that, okay, so money printing doesn't matter, okay? All the numbers that they print makes no difference, but for some reason, we all still pay taxes, and that's okay. It's okay to rob everybody still.
I guess it's
really?
It's part of the scam. It's a scam. I don't know. It's a scam. It doesn't matter. Just buy and hold Bitcoin and everything will be all right. Phil, it's time for
the daily meme review.
All right, everybody. The meme is brought to us by, once again, ICO Offender. He's had some solid memes in the past. Let's check it out. I have not seen this meme. Hallelujah, 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 worship, hallelujah, hallelujah, go up, go up, hallelujah, 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 Okay. It was if I saw that when we were pumping to 27, 25K, I think I would have given it a better score. But I'm gonna give it a 7.5, Phil. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going with an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a solid meme. Why'd you give it a 7.5?
Felt like it was a little overextended. I felt like it was a blue ball, right? It started off strong. The source material was awesome, but there was no closing, right? There was no bada bing movement. There was no there was no final act. It was just all build up. But I love how they included, the OGs, class of 2013, class of 2017. I'm class of 2016, so I felt very included in there as well. Right. So they included all, the big dates where a lot of people jumped on. I felt like that was pretty awesome. It's very relatable to a lot of people. And I think they put class of 2020 in there as well. So I thought that was really cool. What about you?
Yeah, you touched on all those points. I agree with all of that. I do think that for me it was just a little long for the amount of material. Like, I feel like it could have been condensed into possibly 1 minute, or even less, and maybe have been more effective in that. Like, I understand the song, I mean, you got to chop up the song, but that to me is why it lost points. But otherwise, the messaging and everything totally on point and very effective, especially in these current times.
Absolutely. It was one of those things. If you see that meme during the, when everything was going up, like over the weekend, you're just like, yeah. When everything starts to calm down, all the dust settles. You're like, okay, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, Phil, it's time for
the Daily News, sponsored by Crypto Cloaks.
All right, everybody. We got a little news today. We got 3 topics to cover. I know what you're thinking. What the hell does Russia's SolarWinds attack have to do anything with Bitcoin? Just hear me out. Give me 1 second and I will explain. All right. So as you guys know, SolarWinds was this massive company that does operations with a huge number of Fortune 500 companies, as well as the US government. As this article states, SolarWind has removed its customer list from its website, but the Internet Archive saved it. All 5 branches of the US military, the State Department, the White House, the NSA, 425 of the Fortune 500 companies, and all 5 of the top 5 accounting firms, hundreds of universities and colleges. SolarWinds said that it believes fewer than 18,000 of those customers installed the malicious update. I don't know if I believe that, but I get it. I get what you guys are thinking. I know it. I understand. What the hell does this have to do with Bitcoin? Hear me out. This is why this has to do with Bitcoin. Not too long ago, a week ago, the US government just passed even more regulations on KYC. You know what KYC is, right? Government wants you to hand over personal information, potentially telling them how much Bitcoin you have. And these are the same people that you're supposed to trust with that information. And they just got hacked. Like everything that's centralized eventually gets hacked. But we're supposed to trust them. We're supposed to hand over this information and just not say a word. Right? So fuck them. What else is there to say? It's just, it speaks for itself. I'm so angry that I can't even say anything. It's just, It's worse than it was thought. It's crazy. No one's covering this. It was a huge data breach. And these are the same people that have the audacity to say, give us even more personal information. Specifically, let us know every time you withdraw $10,000 so that potentially malicious actors know who has $10,000 or more, right? It's absolutely insane. Phil, what are your thoughts on this BS?
It's a honeypot, right? There you go. You just said it. They get to sit there and pick and choose from the from the highest account, from the, the highest rated account holders. It was interesting in that article. It said, fewer than 18,000, but in the next line it said, but that pretty much means more than 17,000. So,
and you're trusting them. You're trusting them.
We already, we have multiple examples of why centralized entities, we understand, right? It facilitates trade. It facilitates, certain types of transactions. So in certain cases, centralization helps. This is one of the trade-offs, though, right? This is the security trade-off, and it's a huge one. When these kind of things get compromised, they get compromised in a massive way. So, yeah.
I completely agree, man.
It's just crazy,
The title of the video that we did I think it was last week. And look, it might come off as hyperbolic, but it really wasn't. KYC is potentially very dangerous, especially to Bitcoiners, because it's exactly what you said, Phil. It's a honeypot for who to go after, because that those people are worth more money. So it's more bang for your buck for the potential criminal, So it's just a great example of our government doing what's best for everybody, right? It's BS.
They're actually helping the criminals out because they're taking a lot of the guesswork out. Now they don't have to figure out who to go after. It's these guys, thanks.
Exactly right. Well, the next piece of news is a little bit more positive. We reported last week as well. This is awesome. Another gaming company, specifically a Bitcoin-focused game developer studio, Zubdi, right, has set out to make one of those challenges a little easier. The studio pairs with esports favorite Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I know a lot of people play that game, with the ability to instantly earn Satoshis, commonly referred as, everyone knows, sats, the smallest unit of Bitcoin while playing. Man, we've covered this last week when they announced this same thing with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Bitcoin and video games are a match made in heaven, right? So this is inevitable. I'm so glad they're doing this with another video game. We're going to see more of this. I'm absolutely sure that this is just going to keep on going. What are your thoughts on this, Phil?
Okay, so esports is growing at a huge clip. I don't even remember what the figures are, but I was listening to, some investment radio that was explaining, essentially the massive rise in esports. So now on top of that, we've got this, this ridiculous, COVID thing that's going on, which is also, reinforcing the ideas of, okay, well, now we got to think of more things to do at home. So all I'm saying is that esports and the growing esports market is to me, it's completely inevitable at this point. I think it's only going to get even bigger. And now on top of that, we've got virtual reality that steps into the game. Oculus is doing a great job of bringing that to people. So my whole point is that, Bitcoin is the money of this ecosystem. It's perfect. It is designed for this. And we're going to look back on this in 10 years and again, see its inevitability. It's just so perfect. I'm so excited.
Hell yeah, man. That made me so bullish what you were just saying. I completely agree. It's a match made in heaven. It really is.
Perfect.
And to end the news segment of the show on some more good news. I know what you guys are thinking. What the hell is this? Taproot activation. Just to give you a friendly reminder, Taproot is an implementation that has already been integrated into Bitcoin Core. But the most important part of this news is that the total amount of Bitcoin mining pools that are supporting Taproot just crossed over to 91.05%.
Go up.
That is absolutely insane because, as we all know, Bitcoin does not force you to upgrade. You have to do it on your own free will. So it is extremely bullish that 91% of all mining pools are already supporting Taproot. For anyone that doesn't know what Taproot is, I'm going to pop it up right here, but just to give you a small little snippet, it helps the privacy of Bitcoin, right? So it kind of helps shield what type of transaction you're doing for anyone looking at the blockchain. I'm not a technical guy. Don't butcher me, but I will put the technical description. Like I said, I will pop it up. What are your thoughts on this, Phil?
Okay, so I mean, look, to your point, absolutely bullish. Number one. Number two, really cool to see how quickly everybody came to consensus on this. And I also want to add that another thing that Taproot does, if I'm not mistaken, because of Schnorr signatures, it also allows for the signature to take up less space as well. Okay, so this is also an efficiency improvement. So look, this is good all around, from what I understand and from what we're learning. And hey man, it's just, to me, this is just a maturing system, and these are these are the results of a proper maturing system where people are achieving consensus within a proper time frame so that things can actually get done. So it's really cool.
Absolutely. And just to answer your question, guys, because I know a lot of you is like, why should you care? You absolutely should care. Exactly what Phil said. It makes the network more efficient. It helps the user, and it makes it more private for the user as well. So you guys won't notice it, but the infrastructure of Bitcoin is getting better. So it's going to make your experience much better. And I know that it also helps Lightning Network as well. Phil, there was a software release today. Why don't you tell everybody about it?
Software releases. Yeah, we got a good one today. We've got Bisq version 1.5.2 was released, and we're going to have the details to that down below in the show notes.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Simply Bitcoin. This week is going to be awesome. If you guys liked the video, smash that like button. If you guys love the video, subscribe to hear Satoshi the Chicken cluck at an all-time high. And from me, Phil, and Satoshi, we thank you. We just crossed 400 subscribers. We're super happy. It wouldn't be possible without you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Simply Bitcoin.